gonna cut a lot before you get to. So, as I said before, say you had a position for one job and they accepted maybe 60 applicants. They're going to, before they even get to your graphic design portfolio, they're going to look at the requirements, and then all those applicants who don't meet those requirements, cut instantly. They're not going to look at any of your photos. They're not going to look at anything you send them, portfolio. They don't have time for that. They're going to they're going to instantly cut all those people who don't meet the basic requirements in the portfolio. They don't care your name, your address, how your portfolio is, your after school, anything you put on your resume. If it's not those three, if it's not the requirements they need, cut. They don't go further than that. They say, oh, requirement, work in this field for 60 hours, degree, age. They go, okay, is he old enough? Cool. Has he worked in this field before? Yes, cool. Does he have a degree? No. Throw him out. It's an asset, yeah. It's an asset to help you get you through requirements. And these days, people are somewhat, depending on what job you go to, people are somewhat lenient on, you have to have a diploma. But if it's required, and jobs will specify, yeah, you need to have this on a sheet of paper. If you don't have that, even if you have the best resume, best references whatsoever, you know, letters from your old employment saying, hey, this person's amazing. They don't see that requirement. You, you, they're tossing you out. Because they start looking at that stuff. So once you pass all the requirements, that's when your portfolio comes in hand. It's like, okay, this is this man's work. Let's look at this. Because now you're down from the collective pool of 60 to what? A pool of 7 to 8, maybe 10 applicants for this job. Now the guy has, the person trying to hire new people have the thing of, hey, I'll look at these 10 people and see what I can get to you. Because before this, those 60 applicants are probably handed off to, I don't know, HR or whatever team that handles that. And they're just told to, hey, look for these things. If not, toss them. So you're not even the person who's hiring you was looking at it. It's just some random people who have been told, your job is to look through these applicants, and if they don't meet these requirements, just toss out that applicant. Then the people who made through past whatever rigorous things that has will now get sit down in front of the dude who's actually is going to be trying to hire you, and he'll look at the rest of these applicants and go, okay, I like this guy's work, I like this guy's work, and I like this guy's work. This guy is cool. Send these people, send these people a call saying, hey, time to go in for the walk-in interview. I want to meet these people. And then from there and there's the walk, talk, you know. That's a whole different level, but getting yourself into the door, it's always at first, you're always nameless. No matter what somebody tells you, unless you have like an in to the company, and I do mean an in to the company, like you specifically know somebody in that company, or you know somebody who knows somebody in that company, and they put their word in you, then your name might You might not be one of the 60 people in Africa. Your name might be pulled. It's like, hey, yeah, my friend can, trust this person. He's cool. He's pretty good. You know, they may just take your name from that list and give it to the guy. It's like, hey, how you consider this person? Then, after he sees your work, he'll take an in-depth look at you. And he might say, you know what, he may not have a diploma, but I've seen his look. He's really good. We can teach him. He seems to be, send him to an interview. Let me speak to him, see what kind of person he is. But without that you're a piece of paper and 60 other papers. And they'll pull you they'll pull you if you have what they want. If not, nobody knew your name. The employer didn't know your name because his staff didn't give you his name. You're just a wind in the dust, which is honestly just the way today's society works. If it looks, the diploma basically is just there to help push you past whatever requirement they want you. It also helps with how much they pay you. Sometimes. Don't put it out there saying, all that, but sometimes the better the degree, the better chances that you can push for more money on your paycheck. But yeah, it's an asset that if you have it, cool. If you don't, you're fighting an uphill battle, so to speak. So recess for a short while until the evidence is brought forth. But that's false. Disappointing. Beg your pardon, Lord Von Sykes. This is nothing but a smokescreen, and you're putting these specialities at sea. What are you trying to say? My learned friend has persisted with the same line of reasoning with the very beginning. This was witness intent was to steal an article belonging to Mr. Greer from the Pond Parkway. Yet common sense tells us that none of the articles have value enough to be worth stealing in the first place. Exactly. We'll be on a search to be back into a place with close to stealing some kind of place for it. Because Mr. Guerrero perished 2 months ago, immediately after the conclusion of the trial which he found not guilty. Which was established he was standing in the side of the petition and filed, in fact. So propose a toast to my learned friend and his most for defense. Not ordinarily. Black overcoat that happened to have a music box. This is my box. So you don't respect. Man. Oops. Except if a man tried to make a gift of things similar. The defense now bolstered its documents. Again, that lamp has taken so much vitamins. Sir, is your in fact bone? Show proof that this the box or an entertainment major age in this case? This significant we don't know why. We don't get to the cut at this point. No, it's a mistake. Acquittal 2 months ago was a mistake. The defense argument was flawed, based on false information. That would mean that Gina committed plagiarism. So Gina doing that because he expected something to anything? Maybe. This could be a great opportunity for us. Sorry, what do you mean, Iris? That's what you always say with him. Sooner or later, the truth comes out every time. Alright, so this thing. It's something that only Jenny can explain to the court. We stand to testify about that. could critically damage our chances of winning this case. What thing to do here? Oh God, this is the moment. This is the moment that's hard. Everything, so if we leave it alone, we can't really win. We have to have a testify. We have to get here. I mean, we're fighting, my favorite line, an uphill battle. Do if we don't, do if we do. But damn, this is gonna be a hard one. I don't know what to say, people. But I do know what to say now. Have you guys made the choice? I've made mine. We gotta do it. We gotta have a lot of her testify. Let me save though. Testify. Hello, Counsel. Court awaits the wife of Miss Will's small box. Well, call the defendant. Miss Will and Dylan tried to call the witness there. The defendant? To what end? With the various articles of parts of the Mr. Wayne by Prince Greg, my lord. Charlotte has information relating to them. It would be beneficial for the court to hear what he has to say. Prove the significance of the articles in question, and once for all. Oh well, things are becoming interesting. Assuming you consider the application of the testimony you proposed. Particularly, the impact it would have on the accused stand, indeed your own. I have. Jax, can you kids explain the last remark? The defense proposal. Moving to raise the current witness and hear the accused itself. Makes total sense. No objection. It's total sense. Yeah, I've had it explained to me once by a friend, or no, one of my dad's friends for a company. He was explaining to me, and I sat there and went, oh, shit. Instead, we sat down to further notice. Good day. Wait. You, sir, shall remain in the stand while Mr. Shard testifies. As you wish. Few nights' time. This will be hard. Please, put your faith in me. Put your faith in me, baby. Passing on and break. Honestly, right with the army boss case, the trial of which we heard in court 2 months ago. Nobody would know about that. I told you. Yeah. Yeah, if you've ever working with your vice or the vice president, he has, I don't know if he's involved in hiring or probably be a part of hiring. But it'd be some of a similar case. Because honestly, as vice president, he might have been at one part of hiring, and he might have gotten a small number of applicants that come from a bunch of bigger number of applicants that will literally toss out. Or you might have gotten an article from a friend like, hey, my nephew's in your field. Can you put in a good word for him or something? Maybe talk to the hiring about who he is, and your name get bumped still quicker that way because someone in the company is kind of vouching for you, which is kind of like why on certain applications and stuff they ask you, did you know anybody in this company? I remember the song about because they tend to look at internal referrals a lot better than outside referrals. But my lord, trust me, helped to establish an instance of misfinding with the case was intriguing to say the least. And now we are here again, same players in that trial facing each other once more. Just a fake perhaps, my Japanese friend. Why would you recap the events of 2 months ago? An old brickmaker was stabbed to death in an omnibus running along London's winter streets. Apart from the victim, there was only one other person in the carriage, Mr. McGill. Naturally, he was the prime suspect for the murder. But as the trial progressed, another possibility emerged. The murder, in fact, took place above the defendant's head, with the body then dropping through the skylight into the carriage below. Father, who stopped me, brought the possibility to light. Time the accident, Mr. Sharp was concealed under a seat in the carriage, hoping to pickpockets the unsuspecting passengers. Then immediately after the trial, having been acquitted of the murder, Mr. McGill died in a very court in the most extraordinary circumstances. The mystery remains unsolved even now, 2 months on. Indeed, as does the invoice money itself. Be that as it may, we caught neither the disc nor the small box being mentioned in the course of the proceedings. Miss Machon? Would you tell the court now, please? What really happened only about 2 months ago, What do you mean? You said I know. But about everything you told us yesterday from such criticisms. Please, Miss Shaw, this is extremely important. But remember, look, it transpires that you faithfully withheld information in the trial 2 months ago. All of us will seek to prosecute you for future errors. And naturally, you will lose all credibility as a witness. Though, let's face facts, you have little credibility to lose. Jenny, don't listen to him. Please, you have to trust Runo now. Alice? On your side! Alright then. I'll talk. That's why I trust you. Something like my long friend is how bent on bringing the entire courtroom down about his ears. So be it. We're going to pawn our course in the short case of the omnibus, but secrets of which we have been headed to unaware. Well, let's try. You now give your testimony before the court about the events 2 months ago. And reveal the truth. A comedy solely lacking in the original statement. Instead, it's going to come out. Like Vince said. This is going to bring the whole courtroom down by my ears. But as a lawyer, I'm prepared to take that risk. Jumping out of the fire and into hell right now. About the hot heat everywhere. This whole time, Ben dragged me out from the seat. I saw that disc on the floor. All of a sudden, it screamed from my head, and the pair of roof deck went off the collar slots. When the girl slipped the driver some tin to do, I went to the pawn shop around about. He told me not to snitch, not say nothing to no one. I seen or heard. Just told the court. There was almost no exemptions to the testimony 2 months ago. And she said, my lord, then there's every chance if I adjourn an error in Mr. McGill's trial. Sounds very much to me as if the man deliberately deceived this court in an effort to cover up the most crooked of schemes. Without doubt, your lordship is correct. Great injustice was done in this courtroom 2 months ago. Christian and trial of this witnesses and my long friend are entirely inexcusable. It's false. It was all lies. The court, don't forget that lawyer from the East. We're all in it together. Fine, you're lot, yeah. The lawyer would say they know nothing about it. Humbug. So you expect to believe that? This man went up, didn't he? Went operation to make it off scot-free. Here we go. Stop. Lights have to stop. Stop. Yes, the friends made a terrible error of adjustment. I tend to take full responsibility and suffer whatever consequences are deemed appropriate. However, the imperative for the court allows the witness to relate on her testimony. Because the truth and significance of Ms. Grove's pawn on the coast must be brought to light. I was like, look, I fucked up. But that was still months ago. But that fuck up now comes around for this case. So you gotta let me have this. With my long friend. Given the death calamity you have just plunged yourself into, this may be worth hearing. Well, it's fairly. The situation is undeplorable. Zando. Yes, my lord. I would decide upon your fate following the conclusion of this trial. Of course, my lord. Now, Counselor, proceed with the cross-examination.
Hold it!
Well, which one was tried? Most likely, the sergeant comparing any friends or seats. That's right, press back on this. I can't see anything at all. That's what I had to say. Tell you the truth now. Where was the thing? You and Quintus? Don't know. Did hear them talk a lot. What are they talking about? Couldn't hear too well, but I'm afraid to say about money or something. Kept talking about buying and not buying. Perhaps especially stealing of some kind. But anyway, they got louder and louder. It started to sound like a proper fight. It's pretty scared by then. I like there to breathe, and then all of a sudden, a noise like someone kneeling over the floor, and I was booming loud and all. You with it? Afraid to scream? Yeah, that's what gave me away.
Hold it!
This you saw. This disc? Yeah, what this probably was. It was right next to the cove lying on the floor. Because this belonged to the victim, perhaps? Don't know, but my girl picked it up pretty smallish. And then set the cove with the knife in his belly up on his knife seat. He said to you at the time. Told me not to say a word about what I've seen or heard to no one. The disc and all. I was dead scared, and this way was looking at me. I thought, if I didn't go along with it, I'd get stuck with that knife too. Then he started asking me loads of questions, like what my name was, where I live, and that. Asked me about being a diver too. Why? What had happened in the carriage was noticed. Yeah, that's right. You know, this kind of rapping noise.
Hold it!
You've been cutting the seats for food packet off, I believe. That's right. Looked down through the skylight and noticed the cover with the knife in his guts. When they screamed, the driver pulled up the horse and the girl got me out of sight. Out of sight? Where? Back out of the seat where I started off. Once the carriage came to a halt, the two called from the roof ran off to fetch the slops. We left to fetch the face. It would appear they were entirely unrelated to the incident. Good, the driver knew the scene. Yeah, only the driver didn't know I was there because I was out in the seat. I heard the cabin door open, a voice outside. Driver, yes, he was just around the trial, I believe. More people, if my memory serves. People! The driver say to each other. Know what happened and stuff like that, mainly.
Hold it!
That pawn shop always been windbreaks on Baker Street. Just a moment, Counselor. Do you want me to tell me driver gave false someone in try as well? Actually, just excursions to pawnbroker slipped his mind when he was in the stand. He loved friends likes. Good took off his coat and gave it to the driver. Pulled it up careful like him before handing it over. When I saw them do that, I thought, remember thinking, the coat would get me worth a few bob. Yes, she was sure the desk must be worth more than it's just a message. We quibbled with him over the price at the Pembroke. Looked pretty happy when Miss Gill flashed the brass in his face, went running off like a lick. And then the Bacardi called me, told me to come out from the iron cabin.
Hold it!
How exactly? Tell me I was able to escape her if I did exactly what you said. We were given false testimony in court 2 months ago. Yeah, that's it. Which was... Tell me... Uh-oh, it's another thing. Okay. I have to hang on the ticket from the pawn shop, make sure he doesn't lose it. The ticket? Well, I never. See, if I didn't show up to get the ticket off me before open pass, I go to the pawn shop and pay the money to keep it in log. To stop it being forfeited. With some brass to pay for it. But really, why not Mr. Bill have done such a thing? Busting his overcoat with the palm buckle before the arrival of the police. It makes no sense at all. There seems to be a logical explanation, my lord. The guy had the driver deposit at Windbreak was something he didn't want the police to see. Something very important that indeed had a hard cost. Anyway, after that, he let me go. I let it off before the coppers showed off. It's like I should face change. Oh, nothing. What's that?
Hold it!
I'm looking for...
Hold it! Hold it!
Come on.
Hold it!
Trying to bleed through some of this quickly. Trying to figure out what I need to do.
Excuse me!
Spectre, Mr. Graddon! Give me a heart attack. We've been whispering to each other for quite some time now. Tell us, what is this discussion about? With this fella? Pull the other one, Sunshine. Anything to talk about with a shady agent like this? Say there's a cuff detective. I think he deprived me of that disc. I was waiting for your mind. It's an omnibus. Question regarding this. However, managed to next one smoothly and the particularly involved getting call for price, but you took what you wanted by force. You switched by the man's life. Proves my points. Clearly extremely valuable in some way. 2 days ago, especially 2 months after the coat and his contents were due to be forfeited. Well, I should have done with the ticket. I mean, the cove did die after the trial. I knew that. Claim the outcomes as your own. Oh, now? Well, why not? They're going to be forfeit. Why should we give up? Anyway, you can't blame me for thinking about it. Thinking ain't no crime. That's right. Pyramid Square was prepared to kill in order to take possession of this disc. What do you think about it be? Ain't got no clue. I reckon it must be worth a fair bit of brass. Probably going to sell it. Can't blame me for thinking that. Thinking ain't no crime. Thinking ain't no crime. My lord. Let's look at it and ready for court protection. Small feature puzzle.